Hello YouTubers, welcome to Viking Rogland's bed. It's early morning, 5:30, and I'm about to go and sleep, but I was thinking about something that I should have shared a long time ago. That is the difference of finding a partner, a female partner in Thailand versus Philippines. Oh, maybe you are interested in hearing from my experience. So, the Philippines is far away from almost everything, right? So if you are living in Europe, I'm talking now before these lockdowns and this COVID stuff happened, it was quite easy and also quite affordable to travel from basically from Russia, from Scandinavia, from Europe, with direct flights to Bangkok, right? And then if you want to go and date some Thai ladies, you go into Thailand, right? And because you think that it's very convenient to go to Thailand compared to the Philippines. That was also my idea when I first time came to Thailand in 2008 in the spring. I thought, because I had been dating online with some girls in the Philippines, but I thought, what the heck, why I'm gonna go all the way to the Philippines, and all the flight and all the costs, etc. So that was my first trip to Thailand. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. Now, excuse me for the camera, it's moving a lot. I'm holding it in my hands here. Okay, we'll try get a better lighting. So anyway, what I found out about Thailand, about Bangkok, is that it's a beautiful place. They have good infrastructure. There are affordable rooms. The food is fantastic. Now the problem is that it's easy to be lonely in Thailand unless you want to go with some hooker, because Thai people, most of the Thai people who are not working in the prostitution and bar scene, they are quite busy with their own jobs, and most of them, they do not speak English, and it's quite shocking actually. It's very hard to find people who speak English in Thailand. So what I ended up with actually a tuk-tuk driver who took me around, and then he asked me if I want to have a lady. And I say, yeah, I would like to have a friend, because I came there to try to find a friend. So what happened is he took me to Soi 1 in Sukhumvit. I stayed close to the railway station. I knew nothing about Bangkok, and I was really getting frustrated because I was so lonely. So I came there he took me to Soi 1, quite far away from where I stayed. And then suddenly I found myself in a brothel with, I think, 12 girls there in a bikini, and they had the number on their bra, like number 1, number 2, number 3, etc. And it was like pinkish light. It was red light stuff. And I thought, that was not my intention. He called it a lady shop. So I ended up with a lady there first, but she was very bitchy because I said I'm not looking for a hooker. I just want to have a friend, and we can talk English, and she can show me around. But the first girl I brought, she was very like, oh, yeah, you need to give me extra money, extra money, extra money. I say I paid quite a lot for her to be with me for 12 days. So I said, hey, there was no talk about extra money, except that she will have the room and I will pay the food. And I even got the receipt from the establishment. I think it was called Happy House. And it says that you can switch the girl I think it was within 12 hours, something like that. So I just sent that girl away from me because she was destroying my mood. And then the next morning, I went there to Happy House and I showed the receipt. I said, I want to complain. But she was very worried, the one I sent away. So she just said, just say that you don't complain about me. Just say that I don't remember the excuse, like she got sick or something like that. So then I explained the mama-san, as they call the lady who's running the brothel. I say, I want to have a nice person who's not going to ask me all the time for money, and who can, because I'm lonely, I'm depressed, I want to have company. So I got this lovely lady, she was 36, and she took really good care of me. Her English was quite limited, but we had a nice time. She took me around, she showed me a much better place to stay than where I was at, and much more affordable. And then she took me down in the evening. We went down and we eat some street food with hot pot and stuff like that. And then she took me to her hometown. I don't remember where was that, but we took the train, I think maybe 45 minutes. I think it was up north from Bangkok. And then, we went around there and I met some girl there and I said, hi, how are you? She said, I love you madly, but that was the only English she spoke. And the one I rented, I knew that is a prostitute, and she also had actually a boyfriend abroad who called her at least once a day, talking to her, and so he was planning to get her out from the brothel and to get her to. I'm not sure if it was. I think it was Europe. Anyway, what I have found out, I have been in Thailand. I've been living in Thailand for a total of, I think it's like 3 years and 6 months, coming and going, especially to Bangkok. But I told her, please take me to Pattaya because I want to go to the beach. It's quite boring in the city. So she didn't want to take me there because she said, you're just going to dump me there, find another girl that is younger. I said, hey, what are you talking about? So we jumped in a taxi and we drove down to Pattaya. Of course, we could have saved a lot of money by taking the bus, but the foreigner, he has a lot of money. To make a long story short, I realized very quickly that in Thailand it's all about the money. It's like a taxameter. Like if you jump into a taxi, the driver will start the meter. I know because I've been a taxi driver for many years. So you can talk with the taxi driver and he will take you around and stuff, but you're paying dearly, right? So this is the thing in Thailand. The guys it's very limited, their English, and they are very business minded. So it will cost you money, right? So I jumped on a plane to Bali because I had been to Bali before, and in Bali it was a totally different story. In Bali people love to speak English and very friendly guys. So I had a nice time there in Bali. But I continued to date online, and then I went to Philippines in September 20, 2008, and yeah, the Philippines is much more run down. It's quite ugly compared to Thailand. The infrastructure, the buses, the buildings. I was so shocked when I landed on Mactan Island outside Cebu, and I had booked the room for 2,000 pesos with a pool. The room was very dirty and the pool was green. It was impossible to use it. And it was just in the middle of, it's a terrible place. And I thought to myself, I just want to go away from this place. How can I enjoy life if it's 2,000 pesos for such a shitty room, you know? But then I met the girl that I chose to meet there, Gina, and we found some room, but it's very expensive compared to Indonesia and Thailand. So long story short, we dated. We were boyfriend, girlfriend. We were engaged to be married, but it took some time, and then suddenly she called me after 3-4 years, and she said, I am now with my new boyfriend in the hotel room. I said, oh, I thought I was your boyfriend. No, so that's it. So bye-bye. I never saw her again. I never saw our daughter again. And they went to Australia, finally. So then I tried again, a little bit here, a little bit there, Indonesia, whatever. But I found out that the Philippines is very interesting for the dating site. And then I moved to Thailand, to Pattaya. I moved there and I lived for really like 2 years. I rented a place there. And I was looking for some partner, but I realized that maybe I got some girl. She said, okay, well, I said, let's try to make it work, yeah? But after 2-3 days, I would dump her because she would get very drunk, very aggressive, whatever. So I said, I cannot have. And all of them were working in the sex industry, all of them. And then I met so many guys there, Norwegians and also from other nations, and they all had the same story about how their wives were making problem for them, just wanting money and quarreling and fighting and so forth. I met one couple. They are doing well. He's from Norway, Kristiansand, and she is I think almost 50. A very beautiful, cozy girl. I think they're still together. But that is almost the only one I saw from all the people I got to know in Pattaya. There was one couple that seemed to find the tone together, so to speak. So then the Philippines, the problem in the Philippines is now almost everybody there in the dating sites, they are scammers. They put on false photos. You might be talking to a boy or man, but there is a beautiful photo model in the dating site. And so I came here to Davao in 2016 because I had been chatting with a very beautiful girl from Zamboanga, southwest of the Philippines. And we were supposed to meet here in Davao, but when I landed here, she was not there. Luckily, I hadn't given her much money because I said, no, wait until we meet. So she was not there. So that's, what do, you know? So I spent some days there, and then I got to know some people, and yeah, finally I ended up with my current partner via some friends. So the dating scene online has become very bad, very, very, very bad. You must never send money to those girls until you meet them, and you should avoid big city girls. A friend of mine took me here in 2017. He paid my ticket from Thailand, come over here, and Either what he saw was he didn't like it because he is a perfectionist. He's not perfect, but he wants to have a perfect, like a Barbie doll. Or then he sent money and they never showed up. They say, yeah, we're gonna come with the ferry boat, we're gonna come with the bus, and we're gonna meet you. It never happened. So I had the same experience in 2016. So you need to go here, and if you know somebody already in the Philippines, that is the best thing, so they can introduce you to some good lady. So that's what I want to say is if you want to looking for more than a one night stand or more than 1 week to be a sex tourist, okay, you can go to Thailand, you can go to Angeles here in the Philippines, but I don't like that style. I don't like. That's up to you, but that is against my values. So if you're looking for a partner, I don't even like the word dating because it's like you're supposed to have free sex. Huh? You expect that the girl is gonna give you free sex and then no commitment and just lying? No. So it's very good if you can come here and stay for a while. And dating, yes, you can date the girl, you take her out on a restaurant or on a Jollibee or whatever, and you go to the beach together and stuff, and then you have some chaperone with you, right? So you don't do the thing before you know her properly. That is my advice. Okay, good luck. Thank you for listening to Viking Rogaland.